Is that it? All right. I really like this bit. It's not the best quality, but it is very dramatic and intriguing, and as David G. Hall would say, compelling. That is compelling radio. Here it is.
M640, more stimulating talk radio. Bill Hendrie.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. Our discussion this evening centering around, of course, this evening's election, and we asked the question, what would you like to see enacted? What particular personal issue would you like to see addressed? This young man from Chatsworth on the line with us. You have you do not have functioning kidneys, and you are literally, you want to be able to buy alcohol. Is that it?
I want to be able, Phil, it's not that simplistic. I want to be able to buy a bottle of beer in a bar. I'm 16. I'm going to die from kidney failure. And I think that it's easy for people who are over the age of 21 to say, well, you're a little tiny kid. You can't handle it. Well, that's bull crap. Because I'm not a little kid. I won't get to be no adult. And that's the most important thing. Let me tell you the biggest thing about this thing, what's going on tonight. All of this voting crap, and they're talking about kids ought to get out and vote. We can't even drink. And I can't drink till I'm 21.
Well, I know, but there's a lot of kids who, they're getting a lot of younger people out to vote. I mean, haven't you heard of Rock the Vote?
Rock the Vote. That's the stupidest thing that's ever been invented.
Why?
Because Rock the Vote's designed to con young voters into thinking they can make a difference. They can't make a difference. I damn sure can't make a difference because I'm 16. But one thing I can do is say to people, I'm going to die. I deserve to have the rights of the one people that don't have no rights no more. And that's the Make-A-Wish kids.
Well, here's what I would say, and this is coming from my heart, kid. I would sell you a beer, all right, after giving me all this line that you did.
Well, it's not about whether you would. You'd have to.
Well, I don't know how you're going to make a law saying you got to sell beer to a kid that's a Make-A-Wish kid. Okay?
It's easy. You show them your medical alert card. You show them the condition, what you got. If you have terminal cancer or something, you have a doctor give you a pass. You can go in and have liquor. You can go in and watch some of the 24-hour shows. You can.
What are you talking about? Going into a peep show or something?
I'm saying I want to be able to see a little early morning dew. What's wrong with that? And a lot of other things too. So those are the things that I'd like to do.
Well, kid, I would say that...
Why is this hard for you to understand if I'm going to die?
No, I'm getting what you're saying, that you're going to die. And so if you're going to die and you're 16, you're a young man, I would say, obviously, boom. You probably should be allowed that. I don't know. Irvine on KFI AM 640, hello.
Hi.
The fact of the matter, if the kid is if you're terminally ill, what's it going to hurt?
You got it, Bucko. What is it going to hurt? I'm going to croak in 2 years.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Well, basically, you're going to throw everything away. You're not enjoying anything. You're young. You should be out playing, having fun.
Hey, man, I got to go to dialysis 3 times a week.
Well,
how old are you?
In between that, why don't you go out with your friends, do something positive? Drinking, what's that going to get you? Laid up on the floor?
It's going to get me a buzz is what it's going to get me.
Yeah, but you don't need...
It's going to get me a buzz, brother.
What do you need the buzz for?
Because I ain't never had no black and tan. Have you?
No, and I don't want one. I've had many other drinks.
You ever had alcohol in your life?
You know what?
What?
I'm 20 years old, and I can't drink hard alcohol anymore. My liver is ruined from drinking too much.
Awesome.
No, it's not awesome.
Why is that awesome?
Hurts? It hurts to drink.
Cool? You know why that's cool? Because you're 20 and you went through it, and you still get to live. I'm 16. I'm going to die in 2 years, according to the doctor, and I ain't never had a black and tan, not a Bushmills either, or a water back.
But if I could go back, I wouldn't have done it.
Hey, kid.
Hey, what?
You say you had drinks?
Yeah.
You ever had Kessler's Smooth as Silk? Boy.
Smooth as silk.
What are you trying to do to this guy?
He had drinks. I want to know about it.
Well, he's an alcoholic. Did you hear what he said? He ruined his liver.
Do you ever have sex with a girl?
Yes.
I never had that neither.
Well, why don't you drop your focus on the alcohol? I mean, you don't need
Go
to
out and
be...
find a girl, yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to be 21 to get, you know.
I ain't saying that I'd like a little early morning dew, too.
Well, what's this early morning dew you keep talking about?
3 guesses and the first 2 don't count.
All right, kid, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And now here's the trip. You got to have all them drinks. Did you ever have a black and tan?
No, I never had a black and tan.
Damn, what I wouldn't give for one of those. Boy.
Well, why don't you? Well, like they were saying, why don't you ask your mom?
This guy had
black and tan.
No, but you had a good point there, sir. He said that, hey man, you don't have to get drunk to go out and find a girl. Go find a girl.
That's right. And you know what? You'll probably find a better girl when you're not drunk.
I wouldn't mind finding a girl and having, you know, and I don't mean to be cruel. I'd take one what's butt ugly. I didn't care at all. I would have never been with a girl at all. And the other thing that I never got to have was no drinks. I'd love the chance to ruin my liver. My kidney's shot already. Hey, kid.
Well, why do you want to kill yourself? I mean...
Pretty hot lately, hasn't it? How about a nice cold margie? Boy. With a little ice on the rim? I mean, what do they put on the rim?
Will you stop it? Because the kid's an alcoholic. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to tempt him.
Salt it up, baby.
You're trying to tempt... All right, sir, thank you for your call. I don't blame him for hanging up. Chino Hills on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hi. If this gentleman is truly in renal failure, then he can't drink anyway on dialysis. And if he is lucky enough to get a kidney from a family member, which I did last year for my sister, he will not be able to drink at all. So why don't you just go ahead and drink up a storm? And
I don't follow the rules because
why don't you just blow your liver too? Then it'll make it a hell of a deal.
Hey, lady, I'm going to die.
Well, that's, your choice.
Yeah, duh.
Then go for it.
What's your problem with it?
Go for it.
I can't go for it. I'm 16, get it?
Well,
I want to walk into a bar.
You don't have any family members that can go buy it for you?
I want to go into a bar and have it.
Obviously, if no one would give you
go into a bar and have it there?
If nobody would give you a kidney, then they certainly won't go buy you booze and bring it home.
See if you can figure this out. I want to go into a bar and have it there. Okay? Now, hopefully one that's got some good-looking babes in it, not somebody with a perm. Bitch, you got a perm. You sound like a kind of woman got a perm.
No, I certainly don't.
You didn't get a perm?
Nope.
Little curly-headed perm?
No.
Are you short?
Nope.
Do you wear jeans?
Nope.
Big butt?
Nope. Shut up, will ya?
I just want to find out about stuff.
You know what? None of your family members would like you enough to give you any body parts.
Did you say that you gave a kidney to a sister?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why can't a family member give you a kidney, RC?
They can't. I'm a kid.
They certainly can.
All I got is my adult mother and my adult father.
There you go.
Incompatibility, as the doctor said.
Well, my sister and I didn't match, and it worked just fine.
Well, goody for you. I bet you're going to go out and have yourself... Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go out and have myself a drink before I croak.
You go, boy.
Yeah, you go, boy.
You know what?
I want it to be legal.
And the water bag...
It's not going to be legal.
When you're talking about in the water bag, that's just a glass of water.
A Bushmills with a water back. I know exactly what it is. My dad used to order them up all the time when he used to beat my mom.
Oh God, now the story thickens.
Oh, are you interested? Are you getting your jollies on my family story?
No.
Is it like gossip for you?
No.
Really? You want to hear more about how my father would come home and beat my mother? He'd have a Bushmills and a water back. I'd follow him to the bar. And then every night I'd follow him home. And he'd...
Hello?
Well, that's probably why he can't give you a kidney now, is he drank too much Bushmilk.
And look, lady, go get the propane tank filled, okay?
All right, 1-800-52... What is that supposed to mean?
She's got a perm, and she's got designer jeans, too. They're a little wide in the hip.
All right, 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County. Why can't your mother's kidney fit you?
She's an adult. Her kidneys are huge. They can't fit into me. It's got to be a kid.
I had no idea.
That's exactly what it's got to be.
We're talking here about things that you would like to see done in this election. This kid here would like to see it legal for a Make-A-Wish kid. What do you call them? You call them Make-A-Wish kids because those are the ones who are terminally ill, right?
You got it. The ones that are sick and ready to go out, man, flat. I mean, the back cut out of the suit on a gurney heading west. And I want to be one of them kids that gets to have himself a little taste before all is said and done. I'd like to have myself a little taste.
Well, I don't appreciate the fact that you were trying to tempt that poor kid who is obviously an alcoholic.
Hey, I bet you're still listening. Hey, kid, if you're listening, Kessler's Smooth as Silk. Boy. That's the stuff. And how about a CC and 7?
Why are you doing that to that kid?
He already ruined his liver. He's going to die like me, too.
1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County. I didn't hear him say that. I heard him say that his liver was messed up and that he had stopped drinking. This is the Phil Hendrie Show.
By the way, I don't go for that Zima either, okay? That's girl drink. Zima, no. Don't be giving me no Zima.
Right. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in LA County. Phil Hendrie Show. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. And now, this election coverage report brought to you by your Southern California Mercedes-Benz dealers. Here's Terry Ray Elmer in the KFI News Center.
Thanks, Phil. Proposition 5 is
At KFI640.com.
I want someone that'll give me a reach around.
Phil Hendrie.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. We have a young man on the line here from Chatsworth, RC. He has a kidney failure. We were talking about the election and what you'd like to see. You say since you are what you call a make-a-wish kid who you have terminal illness, you'd like to be allowed to walk into a bar and have a drink because you haven't had one at 16. If you're going to die, kid, at least you can die knowing that you died for a little freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Freedom? Flush out your headgear, new guy. If I'm going to die for a word, my word is poontang. And I'll tell you something else. I want to go into a bar, put on the beer goggles, and do a little bush pigging. The reason for that is simple. If I want to have a...
What do you mean poontang and go bush pigging?
The reason why I want to get a buzz is if ordinarily, if you're sober, you don't want to hit on no ugly girl, but if you put on the beer goggles, you go bush pigging.
So you want to be drunk enough so that it doesn't matter what a girl looks like. Is that it?
Bingo! You know, man, you are slow.
Yeah, I'm slow, okay? Even in death, even in the waning years of your life, you want to go bush pigging.
Mr. Hendrie, I'm like any other guy. I got my standards, which can be appreciably lowered with enough beer. That's all I'm saying. You know Mike Schaefer?
Yeah, he's our engineer.
I talked to Mike. He recommended bush pigging. Says he used to do it before he's got engaged.
Holy Jesus. Here's Stockton on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Hey, you say you have respect for people. Is this true?
Yeah? Did I say that?
You're a failure. You're a failure in your own life, so you got to bring everybody else down. It doesn't matter if you're going to die today, if you're going to die tomorrow in 2 years. You do not give up. You don't give up now. You don't give up ever.
How do you know?
How do I know?
Yeah.
I've got a wife. I got 3 kids. My house burned down. Did I give up? Hell no. I went to work.
Who burned it down?
Huh?
How did it burn down?
It burned down on natural causes, buddy. That's not the point. I do not give up. You want something in your life, you fight for it. You want to drink, you want to go party, you fight to solve your problem.
I want to have a drink, and I want to have the law changed for Make-A-Wish kids so that we can get a drink, too.
People aren't going to change the law just so a kid can go have a drink. That is not a feasible option.
Oh, why not? I'm going to die. Why can't I have one if I'm going to die?
You could die tomorrow. God dang, go out and have somebody buy you a beer.
I want to be able to go into Molly Malone's and throw back a Bushmills. What's wrong with that?
You are living in a fantasy. You are living in a fantasy that will never be a reality, no matter what you do.
Look, sir, I don't want to pimp myself out on beer. I want to lay the bills out so I can walk into a bar myself.
You are in a fantasy.
Well,
you need to shut your TV off and live in the real world.
You said to keep fighting and believe in what you believe in, didn't you?
Yeah, but you are believing in the wrong thing.
Yeah, see,
that is not life. People are not functioning with alcohol.
You're going back on what you said.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think so, because you said to keep on fighting and believing, and when I said I want to go in and see some early morning dew, you said I couldn't.
Fight for something that's right. You don't fight to be a 16-year-old in a bar.
Have you ever been so drunk on a hanky chick became gorgeous?
No.
Well, I want to know what that's like.
You want to know what that's like?
Yeah.
Close your eyes. Because you're not seeing anything with them open.
That's about right. Close your eyes there. Then you can imagine. Thank you, sir. Here is Los Angeles on KFI AM 640. Hello. Los Angeles, San Francisco on KFI AM 640. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Well,
Hi.
I think what this young man doesn't understand. I work with kids every day, and I've had kids that have died.
Oh boy!
And what he doesn't understand is that some of the kids that I've worked with would give anything, and I mean it. They would give anything to live for another week or another 2 weeks or a month or 6 months, and I don't.
So what does that say? I mean, if you're going to die, you're going to die. I give anything to live too, but I'm not gonna. So in the meantime, I want to have the beer goggles slapped.
No. Excuse me. You know what it sounds like to me? Because I've worked with a lot of kids, and a lot of kids like you are very angry. And it's that anger that's channeled into something else that is what we're hearing. We're not hearing. No. We're not hearing you. We're hearing the anger that's inside of you.
You sound just like the counselors at my camp. Why not just make with a black and tan and put a rag in it?
Oh come on! You know you come from you come from an alcoholic family, and so what does that say? You've got people that are listening to you out there right now, and don't you think that the least that you could do is be a model for what these other kids could be, so that they don't. Wait a minute. So they don't grow up.
For you, and you want it to be for other kids. What about me and getting a black and tan and seeing some early morning dew? What about that?
I don't understand. What is it that's going to do for you? What is it that's you're going to do that? Wait. You're going to do that. You're going to accelerate the time of your death. Then you're going to be dead, and you're going to be gone, and there's going to be nothing. There's going to be nothing. Wait a minute. There's going to be nothing.
I have the experience of having a black and tan.
There's going to be nothing left of you but an empty glass. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all that's going to be left. All that is going to be.
Sir Francis Bacon had a lot of drinks, and Dylan Thomas did too. And I want to have a drink too.
Look, you're 16 years old.
Jesus, kid, Dylan Thomas wrote poetry, and Sir Francis Bacon, whatever the hell he wrote.
Yeah, you don't even know.
All right, so I don't know, but I mean...
Listen, son, what you don't understand is that people
I'd like to do something with
people. Wait a minute. Let me say my...
All right, sir, can I ask you... Sir, hold the line. We'll get back to you, okay? Sir, in San Francisco, you hold on, and the young man, you hold on. I got to take a break. KFI Los Angeles, more stimulating talk radio.
Terry Ray Elmer, KFI News.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. This is the Phil Hendrie Show. It is election night coverage. We will be breaking in periodically for not only our election night results, but I am told there will be speeches, concession, and otherwise that we'll be broadcasting here on KFI. The Best of the Phil Hendrie 1998 CD this week will be at the Yankee Doodle Sports Bar in Woodland Hills. We're selling our Best of the Phil Hendrie 98 CD all fall long, all the way through Christmas, on into January. It's $20. You get a CD signed by me. We'll take pictures. We'll talk. It'll just be like Old Home Week. And it all goes to a great charity, the nonprofit My Friend's Place, a resource center for homeless and runaway youth in Hollywood. For $20, you get the CD, and it's the Best of the Phil Hendrie 98 CD. Funny stuff. The funniest thing you're going to hear this year. That's for Ding Dang, sure. And Yankee Doodles is located at 21870 Victory Boulevard, across from the Topanga Plaza Shopping Center. You exit the 101 at Topanga Canyon, you head north, and there you are. That's where we'll be. Yankee Doodles in Woodland Hills this coming Saturday, noon to 2. I'll only be there until 2 o'clock, so show up early. I don't know if that... are you still there, kid?
Yeah, I'm here. I wanted to say something about how I wanted to be able to vote.
Oh, hold on. We got this guy hanging on in San Francisco. Yes, sir?
Yeah, the thing I was trying to say, and during the break I thought about this, and well, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, you talked about your mother and father, and do you live at home now?
Yeah, I live with my mom.
Okay, and what's the relationship that you have with your mother?
What do you mean?
What is the relationship, the way that you two get along?
She's my mother.
But how do you get along?
Well, she doesn't let me go out and do anything.
But are you close to her?
You're talking about my mother. What I'm trying
to get at is...
All I'm saying is I want to do something with my early morning wood besides see it down.
You know, this is the thing. This is the thing.
Let the man talk.
this is the thing I don't understand, because I'm trying to talk to you about some things that are of substance. The reason I called is that
it doesn't make any difference. I'm going to die in 2 years. Mr. Henry said what I want to do, and I want to have the law changed so I can get a black and tan.
But you know what? The thing that I've thought about, and I think that it's really true, is that 2 years from now, you don't know where the state of medicine is going to be, and 2 years from now.
You're giving me that false hope.
No, it's not false hope. 2 years ago, there were people who died of diseases that are not dying of diseases today.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 32.
Now, how many years of dumb school did you go to?
That is unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary, okay?
How many years of dumb school did you graduate?
What is that? What is that supposed to mean, okay, to insult a man like that? He works with young people. He deals with their problems, okay?
Right. Look, sir, I appreciate that. You know, your well-meaning stuff is wasted on me. Listen to me. I'm a dead man. You're talking to a dead man.
Let me ask you this. What would I have to do so that you would try to take life to its fullest extent and not cut it short?
What I'm talking about.
No, listen to me.
I'm talking about that. I want to have a black and tan and have some early morning dew.
No. I'm asking, what would I have to do as a person so that you would not take that drink and that you would wait in time until they could do something more for you, or just so that you could live?
Let me ask you something. What's better? What's better than that?
Listen to me. I'm not a particularly religious person, but let me ask you: do you believe in God?
Oh man, what's that got to do with me?
It's got a lot to do with it.
What's that got to do with me shot?
Well, yeah, let's throw that back, and then let's go wherever and fool around with whoever, and then let's go. Wait a minute, and then let's go straight to hell. I guess that's got nothing to do with anything, does it?
Oh, I see. So if I have a drink, I go to hell. Is that it? Is that
what I'm saying is,
tell me that one.
We're talking about.
He's talking about not wasting your life, because perhaps in wasting your life, you will go to hell.
Oh, wait. Are you telling me the talk show host believes in hell? Is that what you're telling me?
You're missing the point, because what I'm saying is.
And what happens if I die and I go to heaven? They got beer in heaven. What do you think of that?
Well, you know what? One of these days you may find out, but the way that you're living your life right now, you're not likely to get to that place in heaven where you can have that beer and have God smiling over you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I bet you're a counselor in one of them Bible camps, ain't you?
No, I told you I'm not particularly religious, but you didn't answer my question.
He's saying that a wasted life, in the same sense, a wasted life is a sin.
That's
okay?
Absolutely.
And one of them Bible camps.
No, you didn't answer my question either. Do you believe in God? Just answer yes or no. Do you believe in God?
Well, what is he? Now I'll tell you if I believe in him or not.
God is whatever that being, that all-knowing entity who's responsible, who created the earth, who's responsible for our existence, and for whom is responsible for us for all time.
No, he's an asshole.
Oh, man.
Well, look what he did to me. Look what he did to me. If he created me, he's a slug.
Listen to me.
Listen, kid, I'm going to ask you to watch your language. I don't care if you are going to die in 2 years. You got to watch your language.
Phil, this is really... Phil, stop.
Put this kid on hold. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Okay. This is something that I've done twice before, and I'm willing to do it now, and I will do it now. So it doesn't much matter what you say. I'm gonna continue to find out what's going on with you. But from this moment until I don't know whether it's going to be a week or 2 weeks or a month, I will go on a water fast as of right now. And until either you get something into your head or have a better understanding or go to the right place for help, I will have nothing but water.
The hell are you talking about?
I'm saying that
you know what he's talking about, Phil?
Well, he's saying that he's going to not eat anything. He's just going to drink water. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying so that you know that you matter to me. I am going to give up everything in the way of food.
How do I know you're telling me the truth? How do I know you're telling me the truth?
Because I'll give you my phone number. You can.
So you're not going to go on a water fast and then sneak a Mickey D every now and again.
No.
You gonna
I'm
stick
not.
it, Mickey D?
No. Listen to me. If you go on a water fast, it's where your mind really gets to be. It's at its highest level of concentration, where you can really reflect inward. And I'm saying that's what I really need to do with you, because I don't understand.
How much time goes by before you die from just drinking water?
Listen to me. Hello.
Yeah, I'm right here, man. I'm
saying the thing that you don't understand is that it's not just your problem. It's my problem.
See, this gentleman is saying to you, in the magnanimity of his soul and heart, that he will fast for you.
I don't get it.
That's right.
All right, sir, will you hold on?
Yeah.
Thank you. Hang on there, R.C. This is what Gandhi did, correct? This is what Martin Luther King did. A lot of people feeling a largeness of soul and a oneness with mankind would fast. And in so doing... Put him on hold, will you? Phil Hendrie Show, KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. This election coverage report is brought to you by your Southern California Mercedes-Benz dealer. Here is Terry Ray Elmer in the KFI News Center.
Thanks, Phil.
What I wouldn't give for a good ocean blow.
Phil Hendrie.
KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. It's Phil Hendrie here. And on the one line, we have a young man from Chatsworth. He is in full kidney failure. He feels he's going to die in 2 years, and because of that, he wants to drink, he wants to have women, he wants to live the life. And on the other line in San Francisco is a man who has just been talking to him for the last 20 minutes. And you've said that you're going to go on a fast for him?
That's right, on a water fast. What I'm going to do is...
I want to know from the guy what that means.
What it means is that so you know that I'm serious about what I'm saying, and that it's not just a question of, oh, yeah, blah, 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 and then you're off the phone, and then it's just another day, and that it doesn't matter. To show you that it matters to me, I will not have anything to eat, and I will just drink water just so I can sustain my vital functions until you decide that what you're saying really is an expression of something else, but not what you're really feeling inside. And I know right.
How are you going to know what if I changed or not?
What I will do is I will call Phil every day, every other day, however it is that I need to contact Phil to find out how you are. I will not eat.
Well, how am I going to know?
Well,
how am I going to know? I mean, I don't know the kid's number.
I could give it to you.
Well, I don't want to have that responsibility, if you don't mind.
Well,
I mean,
Phil, between you and me, if I'm doing my part and trying to take care of it,
I don't give a. It's not my. I just took a phone call from the kid here. Okay, I'm not.
Wait, Phil, I don't understand now, because here it is that you've got this young man on, and we're trying to talk to him and make some sense of his life, and now I'm trying to talk to you about a way that we might be able to do something with him.
I'm not here taking responsibility for him. You are. You're taking some responsibility for him.
Well, don't you?
Why don't I just give you my phone number? You can call me direct.
Yeah, that's fine. Why don't you give that to me?
Okay, 213.
Okay.
251.
251.
3189.
3189.
Right.
I mean, Phil.
I just dumped that, by the way, so that it wouldn't go out over the air.
All right, Phil. I understand that you don't want to be responsible for this young man.
This is between you two guys. You came up with the idea.
Okay.
This is not my issue at all.
Okay.
You don't care, because you're like everybody else. This guy do care.
This guy do care. Okay.
So listen to me. So if you can go 2 more years, and let's say that we could let's say that there's the possibility that you're going to be able to go on past that. There's so much more in your life that's worth living for that you don't want to take the risk of cutting it short in order to have whatever you think is a good time right now, because you think you've got no future. You do.
Do you love me?
Now are you putting me on now? Because now you're. No, I'm asking you a question. Are you putting me on? Because now you're saying that so that I can say something to you, and you can just turn on me and just make me look like I've just fallen flat on my face. And that's not what I'm stepping into. I'm trying to help you out.
You must love me if you want to go on a full water diet without even eating not even juice.
That's right. The thought of you wasting away your life hurts me so deeply.
Are you going to drink orange juice?
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to drink water. Now, if something happens in my life and my life becomes at risk, then I'll take in whatever kind of sustenance I need. But short of that, I will drink only water. And I will call you at this number. I will call you at this number every day.
Okay, I tell you what I'll do, because I don't want to see you die or anything.
Okay, what?
I'll give it a break.
Okay,
what do you mean you'll give it a break?
I'll back off on the black and tan thing. For now. But something's better change in my life, or somebody's ass gets kicked.
But you know what? That's the most wonderful thing that I have heard all this year. It is the most wonderful thing.
Do I have to back off on getting tang?
You know,
do I got to back off on getting tang? I won't go get a black and tan.
If you have a relationship with somebody that you care very deeply about, I'm not going to tell you how to deal with that relationship. What matters to me right now is that you're making a choice about living.
I'll tell you what I'll do, sir. I won't put on the beer goggles. I may go bush pigging, but I won't put on the beer goggles.
Yeah, we know what. I'll meet you halfway. That's fine. I mean, that's what.
What is your name in San Francisco, sir?
Yeah, my name is Jim Henkins.
Well, you don't have to give us your last name. So it's Jim, huh?
Well, my name's R.C. You're the best adult I met in at least the while I've been not well.
And the thing I'm going to the thing I'm going to tell you is that there's good things that are going to happen in your life, and one of these days there's going to be a cure. You're going to look back on this, and you're going to think, and it's not anything having to do with me. You're going to think that you made the right decision.
Will you do me a favor now, Jim?
Yeah.
Go eat a steak. A big, sloppy steak.
Okay, R.C., thanks. Thanks, Phil.
All right, Jim, thanks.
Okay,
Thank
bye-bye.
you, Jim. Thank you.
Is he gone?
Yeah.
All right, back to the black and tan. Now,
all right, man. The guy said he was going to go on a water diet. I don't want you screwing with the guy. Phil Hendrie Show, KFI AM 640. He's nuts. Jim, if you're listening, the kid's kidding. KFI AM 640, more stimulating talk radio. It's the Phil Hendrie Show at 1-800-5201, KFI in Orange County, 5201 KFI in LA County.
More stimulating talk radio.
Oh, I see what happened. You see, while I was sitting here noodling and...
I'm saying it as a black man.
Phil Hendrie.
Things didn't go right. 1-800-5201, KFI in Orange County, 5201 KFI, LA County. Phil Hendrie Show here. And for the next few minutes, we would like to discuss... God, that guy that called from San Francisco was talking to R.C. I don't know how many of you are listening to us now heard what happened, but it was that's the first time in the 2 years... I think it's the first time in the 8 years that I've been doing a talk show that I got... back down a little bit. I mean, that touched me. I don't want to sound sappy, but that got me right here. It gets you right here. Kind of my wife's chili. It gets you right about there. I was very impressed with the guy, and he was very sincere. And basically, what he said, R.C. was on here. R.C. Collins, young man with kidney failure, was bitching about how he's going to die in 2 years. So he wants to go out and just drink and, as he put it, go after some tang. And he was so cynical, and he was so full of complaints and so full of bitterness. And this guy calls in from San Francisco and said that he was going to go on a water-only fast. He was going to fast until R.C. changed his heart and his mind about his life. And I ain't kidding you, that happened. And I like I said, for the first time in many a year, it kind of chilled me out, cooled my jets, made me look at life anew, made me look at the human race anew. How many people do you see every day? When I was a kid, I was growing up, I used to read books about... I read a biography of Mahatma Gandhi when I was like 12. And then I read one about Howard Hughes, and I decided, well, that was more interesting. But anyway, no, actually, I read the one about Gandhi, and I read about how he changed his country and how he was a nonviolent guy. I thought that philosophy was a very interesting one. And I don't know what it is I'm trying to say here, other than, how this world, when you travel through it every day, we just get the same sour kissers, don't we? You get out of your car, or you're walking down a street, or you just drive to work and just look at the cars next to you and look at the same sour, snarly, wrinkled up, pissed off looking kissers in the cars all around you. They got a phone jammed into their face. Everybody looks so just, their faces all squinched up, and life is such a pain in the ass, right? You don't really run into a lot of people who are getting a big kick out of life, or beyond that, who have a lot of faith that things are going to be okay. How many people do you run into every day who can say, you know what, man, I'm going to quit complaining. Things are going to be all right. I don't know how, but I'm going to make it okay. I'm going to make this thing happen. Now, that would be refreshing, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be refreshing? Wouldn't that be a nice cold drink of water for you, Shafe? Just to run into a few people every day who's like, you know something, it's going to be all right. Things are fine. Oh, you see, and then you get out of your car, you walk down a street, you go to a movie, you see the same people are all just there, they're all kind of irritated. Everybody's pissed off. How do we get to this place? How did we get to the point where we're pissed off about everything? Now, I'm talking to my man Shafe here, and I was talking to Bing, and what was it, the election we were talking about? So we're talking and all this crap, and, you know, and I'm not putting anybody down. I'm saying, you know, a lot of people think, like Schaefer, he thinks that, well, the politicians suck, and they're a bunch of lying sacks of crap. And he also went on to say that he thinks they all should be shot, which I think that's illegal, Schaefer. No, he did not. But anyway, he was, you know, saying, I said, well, you know what? I really think that a lot of politicians, a lot of people that are in Washington, I think these guys, for the most part, are patriotic people. I do. I think they may get their heads twisted around once they get back there. Once they get to Washington, and the game that they have to play, and the hardball that they got to play, and the dance that they got to do to get on this committee and that committee and buy this vote and trade that vote and all of the crap that goes into being a politician in Washington for 2, 6, or however many years you're going to spend there, you know, it does. It'll twist your head around. But I don't doubt for a minute that most of the people, and I say most of the people who go to Washington, D.C. to represent the country are patriotic people. They love their country. They want to do something good for the country. I'm not such a cynical, pruned up, dried up old man that I'm going to sit here and think they're all a bunch of lying, cheating sacks of crap. And these people, it becomes a relentless thing, doesn't it? You know what I'm saying? Just day in and day out. All you ever hear from people is this bitterness, this cynicism, this anger. Well, of course, we know all the politicians are shit. You know, it's one of the reasons why I've said many times that I despise talk radio. Because it's all I ever hear. It's all I ever hear. And the politicians in Washington, these assholes who are doing it. Well, you know something, pal? Here's a good question to ask yourself. I'll ask myself. I'll ask all of you. Who do you think is more responsible for whatever mess you think the country's in? Do you think it's the idiot politicians or the idiot voters? I mean, do you think who bugs you more? The guy in Washington or the jackass walking next to you on the street who started the mess in the first place? See, I tend to go with the latter school. Washington, politics never bothered me. Washington never bothered me. Congress never bothered me. President never bothered me. I ain't been bugged about a president since LBJ when I was in high school and Vietnam was going on, and I probably was going to get my ass shot off if I got shipped to Vietnam. Still kind of bothered me about that. I didn't care anymore. Didn't bother me. I don't care whether the president or whether I'm talking about Republicans or Democrats. Doesn't matter to me. The guy that bothers me is the guy walking next to me on the street, the numbskull that started the whole thing by walking into the whatever the hell it is, the voting booth. Is that what you do? You figure that's where this all gets started? And pulls the lever for these guys, okay? The same guy that's going to sue me because I didn't say the right thing and I didn't kiss his ass or I didn't do something, he's going to sue me. That guy, the guy driving next to me in his car, if I tap his freaking car, he's going to sue me because I caused mental cruelty to his chihuahua in the back seat while he was on a car phone making a movie deal or something, okay? That's the guy that bothers me. The guy who next door is going to stick a video camera in my bedroom window because he thinks that I'm not treating my wife or my kids right, and he's going to sue me. You want to know the tyranny of there was an old term that the communists used to use. They called it the dictatorship of the proletariat, which meant the average guy was the guy that you had to look out for. The guy walking next to you on the street, the guy sitting next to you in a bar, the guy sitting next to you in a diner. That jackass is the reason why the country, if it's in such a terrible state, is the reason why it's in a terrible state. Not anybody in Washington. That's such a convenient and wonderfully vogue and chic thing to do these days, to talk about how the politicians in Washington. I mean, how boring do you want to get? How boring and staid and hacked do you want to be talking about how bad those guys are in Washington? You want to know what I think? I think those cats are doing a great job. I think those guys, Republican and Democrat, are doing a solid freaking job, man. They're doing the best job they can, given the fact that they got 250 million people and a generation of Americans right now that ain't, with all due respect, we ain't that bright. I mean, we're not that bright. this is not really the brightest generation to come down the pike. You know what I'm saying? So let those guys alone. If you don't like them, vote. If you don't want to, don't vote. I don't give a crap. My point is this. You know what? If there's something happens I don't like, I'll let them know. Other than that, they're doing a great job. All things considered, things are fine. And even if we were in the middle of a recession, even if people were getting their jobs hacked in half, even if people were not being able to buy as much with a buck as they used to, it wouldn't bother me, because that's the cycle of life in America, man. We're going to have a recession probably the next couple of years. You want to know why? Because we haven't had one in 6 years. Not because Clinton sucks, or Bush ain't no good, or the next guy's going to be bad. It's because that's the way it goes. Every 6 years or so, or 3 years, we have a recession. What are you going to do? You want to go blame Washington for that? That's life, booby. Suck on it. Just buck up, put a smile on your face, have a drink, have a ball, and we'll get through it. Now then, another thing that I wanted to say is that
Yes, I listen to KFI.
Right, fine. 1-800-5201-KFI in Orange County, 5201-KFI in L.A. County.
No balls? No balls?
And let's take a break right now, shall we? And go to the election coverage. Video gaming, is that right, Mike? In the Ivory show. Bob Bakian is at the election headquarters for the Prop 5 proponents. As you know, this would allow video gaming. Is that right, Mike? In the Indian casinos. And we're going to be going to Bob Bakian right now, who I think is over there. Bob, I understand things are heating up over there right now.
Well, there's no doubt about it. This is quite a celebration. I don't know if you can hear me right now, but it's quite a celebration here. We are at the Indian Gaming headquarters, where there has been an outstanding celebration of people here over the last several hours. We have with us here Jim Fitzgibbons, who is the head of the Indian Gaming proposition. And Jim, it must be a great thing.
No doubt about it, Bob. I worked a great many people who have done marvelous things on behalf of the Indian people. This is just a great night.
I know that many of you worked very hard, and what do you just basically give us an idea as to what you attribute this to?
Well, I think that it's a combination. Hold on for a minute. Right, nice to meet you. I believe it's a combination of a lot of stuff. All of the thousands of campaign workers, all of these people, and I want to say something to the sons of bitches out there that didn't think we could do it. That's bullcrap, total bullcrap, because I knew we could do it. It just would take a great deal of belief on the part of all of us.
Well, that's great. You can hear Phil. It's quite a thing.
And also, the whole deal.
Now, you're not an Indian, right?
What?
Are you an Indian, or are you...
No, I'm not a goddamn Indian. I was hired as a political consultant to help these Redskins do something right for the first time in their lives. But they're over here dancing to all this... So we're having a great time, and I think that I just really believe in this thing. It's a great thing.
Well, that's great. So you can hear the celebration going on.
I want to get some of the Indians over here to do a war dance. Come on, get over here. Yeah. You ever hear an Indian play a clarinet like that?
Well, I don't...
You've never in your life heard an Indian play a clarinet like that. And yet with Proposition 5, every Indian kid is going to play a goddamn clarinet and play it well, too. We are so proud of that. So goddamn proud.
Well, he's overcome with emotion right now, Phil, as you can hear here at the election headquarters. So some of the traditional music of the Indian people is going on right... Oh, Jesus. I just accidentally knocked a man out here. Well, thank you very much. That was Jim Chipley, who is the head of the deal. Oh, the whole thing's going to hell in a handbasket here. I'm Bob Bacon. We're doing our thing here and trying desperately. Oh, please, God, help me.
Well, I don't know what's... Are they... Bob, are you there? Okay, they... Well, I guess, so that's... And I, well, you know, it's a great damn thing. KFI, Los Angeles, more stimulating talk radio.